Hey there, listeners!
Hey!
Welcome to Rhapsody in Reverie, episode 15.
Our Kinsey, if you will. We're gonna dress her up real nice in a big old dress that should really be reserved for a wedding. Then we're gonna stand her up on a table and dance around her like the beautiful princess she is.
Alright.
Happy 15th anniversary! Episodes.
I don't even know where to begin.
Oh, whatever. It'll be a beautiful moment. But no, dear listeners, this is episode 15, our season finale.
Yeah.
However will we survive without you, our adoring public?
Nobody listens to us.
That's not true. We have at least 2 fans.
My mom thinks we're special.
Exactly.
So, what's the hint from last week?
Well, thanks to our sulky hint master, you're gonna have to deal with me. Last week, the hint was that this week's band had released a book in 2016 called Sincerely John the Ghost. And perhaps I misled you because this band has actually put out like 3 or 4 books, which is interesting because I don't think I've ever known bands to just put out books, which is cool. And the answer to the hint, drum roll please. It's a great drum roll. It's like a synthesizer drum roll. Anyway, the answer to the hint last week was, of course, American rock band the Maine.
Yay!
I'm really excited about this one. This is gonna be a real banger of a finale, I think.
Me too. Get to talk about my baby.
John O'Callahan.
Yeah.
Jared, Garrett, Patrick, and Kennedy are all wonderful people as well.
I love them all.
They're all wonderful.
Guys.
Each and every one of you.
This is a band that I have loved since 2008.
Well, do you wanna kick it off like we always do? How did you
One last time
until
season 2.
Yeah, until season 2. All right. How did you fall for the beautiful, luxurious, oh so talented the Maine?
So this one goes out to Pandora.
Nice.
Yeah, I discovered the Maine through a Pandora radio station that they had made for me based on another song that I liked. And the song that they played for me was Everything I Asked For off of Can't Stop, Won't Stop. I heard that song and I instantly fell in love with it. Not to jump too far ahead, but honestly, it's literally the line, she makes me feel like shit. But I can't get over it. I'm sure I wasn't the only teenage girl that swooned at that line, but there's something about the idea of being the girl to some guy that he just can't get enough of, even though she drives him crazy.
She drives me crazy. Woo.
Yeah, like it's a trope that's been done. It stands the test of time.
It truly does.
The Maine does it so well, and I was just struck by John O'Callahan's buttery voice.
It's the last episode of the season. We might as well be there by now.
It's so silky smooth.
Buttery. Oh my god.
You can wear it like a comfy, snuggly robe and just envelop yourself in it. I'm sorry.
We're there. This is where we are now.
I would be doing a disservice to 15-year-old me if I did not fangirl at the Maine
That's
and
fair.
John O'Callahan. I'm sorry. I will own up to it now. I can't talk about the Maine without being a little crazy fangirl about it. So it started with everything I asked for, and then from there I instantly downloaded the album, downloaded their EP, The Way We Talk, which had come out in 2007 before that, because I wanted to download as much music as they had, and I just listened to all of it, fell in love with all of it, played it incessantly, and have been a fan and supporter ever since. And the Maine's one of those bands that, as I've gotten older, of course, my music taste has branched out into other directions, and so as time goes on, you start listening to bands from your past a little less, to listen to new stuff more. But the Maine is one of those bands that I always end up going back to, and every time I do, I just fall in love with them all over again, every single time. I'll put them on after not listening to them for a couple weeks, a few months, what have you, and I'll just be struck by their incredible lyricism and the instrumentation, and Pat going ham on the drums, and Garrett holding it down, and I just can't get over how cohesive of a unit they are, and
yeah,
I just love them. So yeah, that's me and the Maine.
Very good story.
Yeah, so why don't you tell your story? Because I got words.
I'm really excited about telling this story. I love this story. So, it happened in about spring of 2015. I was on Spotify. I was just chilling, looking through the Discover Weekly thing, and you know how Spotify does new releases this week, kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I skim that because I'm always curious. And the album American Candy was on there. And I was like, oh, American Candy. I like the cover. It's a very intriguing style. Oh, the Maine. I've never heard of the Maine. They must be new.
Mm-hmm.
So I listened to the album from front to back, and I was really impressed. I was like, this is a really good sound. Like, this is really good. This is tapping into my desire for some really decent rock, and it's got a good alternative sound, and holy cow, English Girls, what a great song. What a banger. What a jam. And I was enjoying it. I was enjoying myself casually listening to it. I really liked it. And then I got an alert on Facebook, unprompted, I tell you, that the Maine was doing a small acoustic show at the FYE in downtown Philadelphia, when FYE in downtown Philadelphia still existed. Sadly, it no longer does. And I was like, oh, tickets are free. I'll just go. I'll just show up. It's an afternoon. I have class that morning, but I'll take a walk. I'll go downtown.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. And so I did, and it's funny because I saw this long line outside, and I looked, and I heard somebody say, oh, they won't let you in unless you've already bought the album. And I was like, oh, okay. So I passed the line. I went to the employee who was manning the door, and I was like, can I just go in there and buy the album real fast? And the guy was like, yeah. And they were trying to close the store for the show. And I just ducked in there, grabbed the album. I was like, can I pay for this? And like, yeah. Are you here for... Yeah, I am. Oh, okay. You're being very blasé about this. I was like, what? So I bought it, got back in line. But I got in. It was a small set. And I just remember enjoying myself. I was one of the tallest people there because a lot of the people there were 13? It was weird. I was like, didn't this album come out a week ago? How do they have all these fans? And it was a great show. They did such a good job. It was so wholesome. And like I heard people at one point they were taking requests, and somebody goes, "Do the Akon cover," and they were like, "We're not going to do the Akon cover. It's not relevant anymore." And I was like, "Wait a minute, how long have they been around for?" And after that, of course, there was a portion where you could go upstairs and get your CD signed. And there were free posters that you grabbed, and they signed those as well. And they gave me the opportunity to take a selfie with them, and they were all so sweet. And I had never met them. I was like, I'm not feeling any pressure. I mean, they're a new band. I just really like them. And they were like, "Oh, you coming to our show tonight at the Electric Factory?" And in my head, I've been like, well, I wasn't planning on it, but I was like, literally the words out of my mouth were, "I am now," and they laughed. They laughed, and they were like, "Awesome." And I took the picture, and I was like, "Cool." And I called my grandma. I was like, "Hey, I'm going to check and see if there's tickets to the show tonight. I'm going to be home late." And I checked, and they were there, and I think the tickets were like, what, $30? I don't know. So I bought a ticket, and I went. I had a grand old time. And I called Adrienne and I was like, "Guess who I met? I met this band called the Maine."
Everything about this story hurts my soul.
And she was like, "What?"
Because if you haven't figured it out yet, listener, she did all of this without me.
She was in California. I had no choice but to do it alone. I actually thought about telling her, "Hey, I discovered this cool new band called The Maine. Have you ever heard of them?" Like, I was literally so proud because, like, she so often is the one who turns me on to new music. And I was like, "Oh, cool. I can't wait to tell her I discovered this band and I get to turn her into a fan."
I've been a fan for 10 years.
It's funny, too. It's really, really funny. I told my friend Leah this story, and she just stared at me, and she's like, "I have also been a fan of the Maine for a decade. I can't believe you."
Here's what makes it hurt so much more, is that I have tried on 3 separate occasions before that to see them live. And each time I was unable to, because either I had to go to a different state, or I had classes, or I had all these other things to do but see the Maine. So for her to just amble into a show and meet
two in
them,
a day. 2 in a day.
and meet them and get pictures and autographs.
I got you a signed poster.
Like, I'm happy for you, but also I wanted to curl up into a ball and die.
I did give her the signed poster because I was like, "I've got the signed album. That's what I came here for." Because, like, when I found out, I was like, well, I just have this excess of autographs. I think she'll enjoy the poster.
Just stop.
That was her birthday present that year.
Stop.
May I just say, the Maine, you were all wonderful people, and you were very kind, and I thank you so much for putting on not 1, but 2 great shows that day.
I'm in so much pain. In all seriousness, I'm genuinely happy that you got to have that experience, and because they are a great band, and I'm glad you discovered them. And I did finally end up getting to see them live last year.
They were great. I was there with them too. Honestly, great show.
Oh yeah, it was incredible. They're so good live. The energy in that room, it was fun, it was loud, it was upbeat. It was such a positive environment. Like, everybody was just so happy.
It's true. It was so danceable, it was so fun, it was...
Especially because they toured with the Moodleys, and the Moodleys are also just super happy. So
no, it was a great show.
Yeah, it was great all around. I always knew they would be great live, so it was great to just have that confirmed for me in person. Well, let's talk about this music. because the
Yeah.
music is what we're here for. And we are going to start with their EP, The Way We Talk, so I can talk about it because I love it. I love everything about it. I really love If I Only Had the Heart. It's just so snarky. That EP is just quintessential early aughts emo, and I love it for that. It will always be a representation of my scene kid phase. I appreciate it. We can all collectively look back on that time and cringe, but the music was fun. We all had a great time. Aside from all of that, the main even in that time, they just were so smart lyrically.
True.
I love the beginning of that song. I fell asleep last night, I woke up too late, and all the things I love, I began to hate. It's just so tongue in cheek and so yeah, it was the perfect amount of angst and wit in a song, and I appreciated it. I love that song. And that song's good. The Way We Talk, the title track is good.
Mm-hmm.
Cute face, slim waist. Yeah. All right. I could sing all of these songs. I still know all the words to these songs, and it's beautiful. Give me anything. I think if the first three songs are my favorites on it, which I mean, that's basically the entire thing. So
Amazing.
there are only 6 songs, 5 if you don't count the Akon cover. But
Yeah, we're not gonna count the cotton cover.
which I mean is beautiful in its own way.
Much like their cover of "Bitch Better Have My Money" is beautiful in its own way. I do have thoughts about "Can't Stop, Won't Stop."
Oh, I love this album. Again, very early aughts, emo scene kid phase me, but also what's great about them is that while yes, they were a part of that scene, they were not defined by that scene.
No, and that is something that I respect about them. They managed to be a part of lots of scenes while still remaining true to themselves. They're always very organic in that way. And I like that they're never defined by labels. I can appreciate that.
Yeah, they're so independent and so uniquely them. I feel like they've had a vision of who they are for so long, like who they are as a band, and because of that, they've been able to really carve out their own space within the music industry. And when I say that they know who they are, I don't mean that that's a static image because it's evolved over time. Like their sound has changed over the course of each record, but it still holds true to the core of what makes them great.
Yeah.
I love that about them. Can't stop, won't stop.
I have to say, part of me was spoiled because I'm gonna just jump right into it. Into Your Arms is probably my favorite song off this album. Because as you all know, I'm a sucker for sappy love songs.
No.
But when I heard it the first time, it was at the live show and they played it acoustically. Like it was just John and an acoustic guitar. And it was one of the most beautiful songs I'd ever heard. And I was taken aback by it. And then I went to go listen to it on Spotify, and it was the heavier, a little bit more emo version of it. And like it's still really, really good. But part of me was like, oh, I wish this had just been an acoustic song.
It is beautiful, and it's hard to beat John's voice on that song.
It really is. It's a very meaningful song. Although I have to say that one line about she had the most amazing smile. Bet you didn't expect that. Like, yeah, I did. It's an early off song.
Yeah. It's funny. It's cute though.
It's really cute. It's really cute.
Yeah. I have to say though, I think Into Your Arms is a beautiful song, but I think there's one song for me that's really beautiful, is Whoever She Is.
Okay.
God, I love that song. My dad likes that song. And it's because that song is just, I mean, it's a really simple song. It's just John and a guitar.
Mm-hmm.
And the imagery is just so striking. I love the chorus. I love the opening lines. There's a weird, almost like wanderlust, which is a weird way to describe that song because it's not really about travel, but
Yeah.
it just it feels very
Well, you're
open.
searching for something, right?
Yeah, it just feels kind of like an unlost feeling. You're out in the world and you're looking for someone, but you don't really know or care who. I don't know. I've always loved it. It's always been really striking to me. And it's one of those songs where I feel like for me personally, when I listen to a song, I
Mm-hmm.
don't necessarily pick up on lyrics straight away. For me, when I listen to a song, I sort of just kind of experience the whole thing all at once.
Yeah.
And so I don't always ever even necessarily feel like I need to dig into the lyrics too much because sometimes it's just the overall soundscape of the entire thing just evokes such a reaction within me. I don't even feel a need to know what the lyrics really mean or to pick them apart too seriously because for me, when I listen to that song, I feel like I'm standing at the top of a mountain looking out onto a vast world, wondering just where I'm going next. And for me, that's enough. So,
That's beautiful.
yeah, I've just always really loved that song for that reason. You Left Me.
Yeah.
I really like that song. And this is a plea. Somebody get this to John O'Callaghan, because this is a plea. I have always thought that this would be a great duet. Find a girl,
Yes.
John. I don't care who she is, and sing the
Mm-hmm.
song with her, because I think it would be an incredible duet. There's something about it that just feels so call and response. It feels like an argument between two people, a push and pull, a give and take, and I love it so
Mm-hmm.
much. It's fun and it's kind of sassy. It's just like, forget you. It's like, forget you. Well, fine. There.
Amazing. That's true. That's true. It'd be a good duet.
Right? It just sounds like it could really be a really great, fun duet. It feels like something that like you would see in a movie, or like I can picture a music video, and
Mm-hmm.
you have the two characters just yelling at each other.
Cover it. Cover it again. Cover your own song. Pick a girl. Any girl.
Any girl, whoever it is.
It could be Adrienne. We don't know.
It shouldn't be Adrienne. It should be a girl that can actually sing.
The self drag.
It could be Katarina.
No, I don't have a pop voice.
I love every single one of these songs.
Yeah, they're all kind of bops. Like they're all
Like this album, like it's just hit after hit. Like
they're all really solid.
Time to Go. I listened to Time to Go when I graduated high school.
Ah! Did you listen to it when you graduated college?
Yes. I also listened to We Roll Along when
That's
I
fitting.
graduated. That one really fits. Also, We'll All Be. They're really good at making songs about like growing up and moving on.
Yeah, they really are. I like it, but I'm also suspicious. Why are you so good at that? You know what it is? It's his Japrise. He's freer.
Should we just talk about favorite songs?
I can just say 3 off the bat.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Into Your Arms.
Mm-hmm.
I Must Be Dreaming.
Mm-hmm.
Count on 1, 2, 3.
Solid.
Solid.
Very solid. My favorite songs off Can't Stop, Won't Stop. Whoever She Is. Time to Go.
And
You Left Me.
Alright.
Alright, yeah. I'm gonna. Whoever She Is, Time to Go, and You Left Me.
Solid choices.
So, honorable mention for Everything I Asked For because it's the song that started it all. Alright, now let's go to Black and White.
Black and White.
Which, honestly, might be my favorite album.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah, I listen to this album a lot. It's probably a tie between their. Well, no, I can't even say that because I loved their latest album, and
but we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. Black and White. Again, another album where every single song
was good.
Was good.
I appreciate a band that can make an album where I don't skip songs.
Yeah, that's the thing. I just listened to the album straight through. It kicks off with Don't Stop Now and talk about a beginning song. Like, it's just it just gets you so fired up. It's so adorable.
Right?
It's just like, do whatever you want to me, girl. Just don't stop. And you're like, oh, John.
And it's got my favorite sassy hit on it, Inside of You.
Oh, yeah.
So sassy. So sassy.
So sexual. Never gonna be inside of you.
Right. Exactly.
Alright. I see what you're doing there, John. I see you. That's a good song. Fuel to the Fire. There are a lot of, like, sensual songs on this album now.
Right? I think that's what I love about it.
Yeah.
This is all the songs belong on a sex jam playlist, really.
Mm-hmm. Right Girl. God, I did the wrong thing to the right girl.
Rock stars having sex album.
But beyond this more sensual, like, they're also just like, oh, hold on. Give it to me.
I like how you just stop, pause, and then say, give it to me.
That song. Oh, there's so many of these songs are sexual innuendos. Not all of them. That's what I was trying to say before I got distracted by Give It To Me. What I was going to segue into was Color. Because I really love that song. I think it's such a great statement. We're just trying to find some color in this black and white world.
Yeah.
I always love that song. The lines in that song are so life-affirming.
True.
Take your time, things will be fine.
I mean, you don't get more life-affirming though than we're trying to find color in a black and white world.
Yeah.
Which, admittedly, when I first heard it, made me think of this old kids movie called, oh god, what was it called? I think it was called Sillyville, and it was the plot was centered around these two kids helping this woman who was the only colorful thing left in her world bring color back to all of the people in Sillyville. And like they kept singing, like it was like old nursery rhyme songs, like they were all like traditional songs, but like it was, by the end of it they had brought color back to Sillyville.
So cute. Wholesome content.
Wholesome content. Brought to you by Rhapsody In Reverie. TM. But that's what the song made me think of, although granted in a more I'm an adult with agency to do this. What were your favorite songs off this album?
Don't Stop Now, Right Girl, and Color. Yeah, I would have to say those three songs. Though, I mean, I did also listen to Fuel to the Fire and Give It to Me quite a lot. That's all I'll say about that. Um, Also, I do want to shout out really quickly that the black and white deluxe version also had acoustic versions of Right Girl and Inside of You, and both are very beautiful. The Right Girl acoustic version, honestly, sometimes I listen to that one more often.
They are putting out a new acoustic album this month, and it's just gonna be like all their old hits but acoustic. And some of them are out now, and they're really good.
Yeah, they just first of all, like, they're all so good at their instruments that they can perform acoustically and bring a unique quality to the song that isn't present on the regular version because they're good musicians and they know how to translate music to the acoustic form. And you can't beat John's buttery vocals. It just lends itself so well to acoustic songs because it has such power. You take notice, it grabs you, you're captivated by it. Oh, somebody hold me. Alright, you go. What's your favorite song?
Let's see here. Okay, so my favorites are gonna have to be "Don't Stop Now" because it's just so saucy. It's just so saucy.
So saucy.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Oh, dearie me. Oh my.
Oh me, oh my. Alright.
But "Don't Stop Now," "Inside of You," duh. And I'm gonna have to say Color with an honorable mention to Saving Grace. Wholesome.
I loved Forever Halloween. Take What You Can Carry.
Yeah.
Just started out the gate. That song's so good. It's a brilliant song. This entire record's brilliant. The album Forever Halloween is so impressive to me because they recorded it live on analog tape. So basically, they had to get it right. They all had to be on point.
That's really impressive, to be honest.
Yeah, that's impressive because people don't do that anymore because you don't have to. No. It's like you can go record on your computer and do like 5 different takes of one guitar part and then take the best one and stick it with the best vocal track that you got. And no, like they took the time to be 100% together.
Yep.
And go. And I love that. And it just shows in the recording because each one of these songs just sounds so tight and real in your face. It's just some
it really
solid rock and roll.
It's so impressive.
Love and Drugs.
Oh my god.
I love that song. It's such a perfect, like, youthful song. Kind of being dumb and young. And I love it.
I loved Run.
Yeah.
Honestly, there's something so darkly pleasing about it. Like, you don't get much darker than, you put the gun in my hand, so now run.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, it probably doesn't just mean, like, I'm gonna shoot you because you put me. It's probably like you put the feelings here, you put the ideas here, this is your fault. So you better go before you have to deal with the consequences of that. But it's so good. It's such a good song.
It is really good. I really like Blood Red.
Excellent choice.
That's a good one because you feel like you're on a ship and it just rocks back and forth.
You really do.
I like the way that they're able to capture that feeling. It makes the song feel that much darker because you're like disoriented when you listen to it. I'd love to hear more about how that was recorded, just to like know how.
Give me insight.
Let me know. Tell me.
I want to go to your inner sanctum.
Let me in. Birthday in Los Angeles. Shout out to yet another song about how fucking awful California is.
It's a cesspool.
Little bit. I can say that I was born in California.
Yeah, I can say that. I have eyes.
Rude.
Anyway.
But yeah, this album's great. Favorite songs off this album?
Easy. Love and Drugs, Run, and Forever Halloween.
Ah.
Spooky. Too spooky. I love anything to do with Halloween, guys. Look, it's not my whole personality, but I love Halloween. We should do special holiday themed episodes for season 2.
Perhaps. We shall think about it. Favorite Christmas songs episode?
All of them are going to be the Maine.
Seriously. Oh my god. Can we talk, even though it's not Christmas, can we talk about the Christmas EP?
Hopefully. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
That was such a good song.
It's such a great song. I listen to it every Christmas without fail. I listen to every single one of the And a Happy New Year songs. I listen to all of them because they're all perfect. Even their cover of Last Christmas, which is amazing. Anyway, my favorite songs from Forever Halloween. It's actually pretty easy too. It's Take What You Can Carry, Love and Drugs, and Happy.
Nice. Solid choices.
Gotta love a song about being sad called Happy.
I have so many feelings about American Candy. And not just because it was my inaugural introduction. No, it was just so it filled a need for me that I was needing at that moment for a unique sound. So I appreciate how it has that nice balance between like straight up rock and roll, alternative rock, but also its sentiment is pretty, it's honest, it's spot on, it's organic, it's heartfelt. I like it. Miles Away makes me think of being on the plane to California to come see you for your birthday.
Oh, good memories.
I listened to it on repeat on the way. It's a really good song. It's just, I don't know, it gives me a sense of wanderlust, like I need to be getting up and going somewhere. which is pretty accurate for the song, I think. I don't know why the song My Hair exists, but I like it.
I love that song.
It's a really weird. It's a really weird song, but I really enjoy it.
Don't get I love it.
It makes me think of Hair the musical.
Oh my gosh. I love it because it just feels like him taking a stance and being like, look, I'm not gonna change for you guys, for anyone other than myself. I feel like it's a statement of just him being like, I'm an individual, let me be an individual. And that's what I love about it. It's a song of just saying, do you, boo.
Exactly.
Do you.
Exactly. We can't talk about the Maine without talking about English Girls.
Yes.
Incredible. Another saucy one.
Mr. O'Callahan.
Why just saucy song? Also, the music video was really cute and kind of funny. I really enjoy. I love how the whole thing is like English girls just like sex, and he's going through this whole thing. At the end, he's like, "Well, guess what, honey? So do American boys." Hey.
Hey.
I was like, American girls do too, honey.
What about us? We're alright.
No. There's something very interesting about American Candy. I just really love the general sound of American Candy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Before we dive into favorite songs, that's my general view of this whole album. It's just so good.
So, favorite songs?
I'm gonna have to say English Girls, top song. American Candy, just because there's something very interesting about the chorus of it. I can't even put my finger on it, but it has a very interesting sound, and I don't know. And I'm probably gonna have to say Am I Pretty?
Yeah.
Because there's something, I don't know why, it makes me laugh to hear someone like John O'Callaghan go, Am I pretty? Do people like me? But like I get the sentiment behind the song, and I actually really enjoy it for the sentiment and for the lyrics and all the other stuff. But it's amazing because for someone as pretty as John O'Callaghan to go, Am I pretty? It's like, yes, you beautiful bastard.
You are. My favorite songs, really easy, is Am I Pretty? Also.
Great.
Because, yes, John, you are pretty. English Girls. And last one is My Hair.
Great song. Great
It's
song.
a great song. So yeah, I listen to that song a lot on like sunny days. It's a good sunny day song.
It is. They're good with that. This album had a lot of really good sunny day songs, which was fortunate because it came out in spring and I really needed sunny day songs.
Yeah. All right. It's time now for their latest album, Lovely Little Lonely, which I loved.
It was really good, yeah.
So good. I was so happy with this album. Like when I first heard they were coming out with a new album, I was obviously very excited. And I was waiting for music to come, and there was a part of me that was almost like afraid that I wasn't going to like it.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like, I guess when you have a band that just keeps releasing good music.
Oh, you're like, when
yeah,
I'm just. It up?
There was like a brief hesitation of like, I mean, it's been almost 10 years of me loving them. I haven't disliked a single album, but this one was yet again another just great album. There's so many great songs on it. Don't Come Down. They really know how to start an album. All of their first songs are always great.
Always.
Don't Come Down is such a fun one. On my 2018 playlist that I made at the beginning of this year, there are 2 songs from this album on that playlist. And that's Don't Come Down and Do You Remember the Other Half of 23. They both have a similar kind of sentiment in some ways.
They do.
Yeah, it's a sort of fond remembrance of the past that I appreciate. I love them so much. I love this album. I'll never get over hearing Lost in Nostalgia live. That was a surreal moment for me, listening to a song about nostalgia at a concert of a band that I have loved for 10 years. I was just like taken by all of the nostalgic memories that I've had listening to the Maine and then being in this room filled with kids younger than me having their own experiences falling in love with the Maine, and then the song itself is just a sort of wash of lush sounds, and John's voice is just so dreamy.
It truly is.
It was nothing short of surreal. Just I felt like I was in a dream.
What I was happy about when I saw them live that time with you was that I hadn't finished listening to the whole album yet, so I got to hear a lot of those songs for the first time live, and it was a very pleasant experience, I have to say, discovering new sounds, and I don't know, it was just really good.
I really love the Sound of Reverie. It's a really great song on this album too. Fun fact, the sound of reverie low-key inspired the name of this podcast.
It did.
So...
You didn't know that, did you?
Full circle. Black Butterflies and Dejavu is a great song live.
That is a great song live.
That was so hype. And it's so beautiful too. The idea that he's like expressing just like being so taken by someone that you can't even like find the right way to convey that to them. It's just another one of those swoon-worthy moments. But it's also like earnest. Like it doesn't even feel like he's doing it to be like cute. He's just legitimately just like, how am I supposed to communicate this to you when I can't find any words to do it? Like he's genuinely asking the question.
It's a genuine song, and I, as somebody who is often out of touch with their own feelings, I related low-key.
Favorite songs from Lovely Little Lonely then?
Black Butterflies and Dejavu. I Only Want to Talk to You. Bad Behavior.
Alright.
Bad Behavior is saucy. I like
it. Is. I'm gonna say my favorite songs are Lost in Nostalgia. That song's too short. Then Don't Come Down, and God, I'm gonna have to give it to Do You Remember, the other half of 23. Honorable mention is I Only Want to Talk to You. Second honorable mention is Black Butterflies and Dejavu. But yeah, no, I'll go with my favorites is Lost in Nostalgia, Do You Remember, the other half of 23, and Don't Come Down. I really like Do You Remember, the other half of 23 because it just feels like a culmination of everything that the Maine has been through as a band. It just feels like a statement piece that's a testament to them and the whole 8123 family. I love you guys, the Maine. If you're out there, I love them so much. You guys have really been there for me. And one thing that I do need to say, too, that we haven't touched on, is that I am so proud to be a fan of the Maine because they've just done such a great job at being an independent band, being a successful independent band, and giving back to their fans at the same time. They do so much to make all of their fans feel a part of the work they do, and they've done it in ways that not a whole lot of other acts have been able to do. Like, I'm always so impressed by what they're able to accomplish.
Yeah, honestly, the fact that after 11 years they're still making bangers is so awesome.
Yeah, and they're doing it all on their own.
Right? They have a true love for this craft, and I admire that so much. I admire that after all these years they're still doing it for fun and for the love of it and making music that they're proud of.
Yeah, it's so impressive, and there's something to be said about a band that sticks to their guns and walks away from a label to just do it by themselves, and that takes guts, and they had it, and it's paid off tenfold, I think.
Truly.
Thank you guys, really, just thanks for existing, thanks for being there. Y'all have stuck by me through a lot, and I appreciate that. So, thank you guys, each and every one of you.
I also want to say thank you, and thank you for look in your own way for inspiring two random kids to go it the hard way, to do it on their own, and to just focus on the creation, and the rest will come. So
yeah.
So thank you for that. What a happy, hopeful way to end the season. Of course, it's not entirely over, because you know what we have to do now. We have to cover the new artist segment.
It's up and comers.
Woo!
Yeah.
So, who do you have for us today?
So this is a special one because kind of in honor of this being the Maine episode and the Maine being a band that I've loved since I was a teenager going through my scene kid phase.
Mm-hmm.
The band that I've chosen for our new up and comer segment is After Hour, which is the latest project from Micah Malay and Chris Camrata, who, if you were a fan of the early aughts pop punk band There For Tomorrow, you'll recognize that they're formerly of that band.
Oh.
So, There For Tomorrow is one of the artists on my list of top 6 bands that have fundamentally changed my life. I really love and admire and respect Micah Malay and Chris Camrata. And when I heard that they were making music together again, I was like, everything makes sense in the world again.
Oh my god.
So anyway, they have this new project now called After Hour, and they're making great music as always. It's good electronic music fused with their sort of pop punk sensibilities, and I love it. It's great. Mike Malay is one of my favorite songwriters, period. Chris Camrata is one of my all-time favorite drummers, period. And I'm so excited to see what else they come up with because I love them so much, and I'm just really happy that they're making music and killing the game. Definitely check them out. Send them so much love. They are at After Hour, and that is stylized, so it's spelled AFTRHR. So it's at AFTRHR, and that is their handle on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. So all 3. Follow them, tweet at them, send them messages, let them know Rhapsody In Reverie sent you, share it with all your friends. They're great. I love them. Support great musicians. All right. Your turn. Who do you have?
I'm excited to talk about these guys. I've been sitting on this for a couple of weeks now. I've been listening to their debut album on repeat, I think every day for the last 3 weeks. So this week I want to talk about the Ruin Brothers. I don't know if it's actually pronounced Ruin because it's Ruen. And what it is a blend between the two brothers' first names, Rupert and Henry. So they've blended their first name instead of by their last name. They're basically, look, if you like mid 50s, early 60s rock music, if you like the Everly Brothers, if you like the Rolling Stones, if you like, God, I don't know, if you like the Killers, you're gonna love this band. They have such a unique style where it's both the best of 50s and 60s rock, which I adore, I grew up on, and yet they still have their own sound, their own style, and they're original, and I love it. Their debut album, All My Shades of Blue, just came out June 1st. So if you're in the mood to check it out, please do so. The songs that I suggest you start out on: Walk Like a Man, A+, Strangers, incredible. I love it. It almost it almost reminds me of Jay and the Americans. So good. And you know what? Make the World Go Away, because that one's got the touch of the Everly Brothers, and it's a very sweet, soft song. But honestly, the whole album is just so good. If you want to follow them on Twitter and Instagram, they are at Ruin Brothers, and remember that is RUEN Brothers. I believe they're also on Facebook. Same thing. But yeah, that's who I have for you this last time on season 1 for Up and Comers. So that was the last episode, man. Last episode of the season. Feels good.
Feels good. I can't believe we made it this far, but we did. Thank you guys for listening to the very last episode of season 1. Thanks for being on this ride with us. We've enjoyed doing this first inaugural season.
It was a barrel of laughs.
It certainly was. And we're excited to see what we can cook up together next season and all the seasons on. So stay tuned. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. We are at Rhapsody Podcast on Twitter and Instagram. Subscribe to us on iTunes, Google Play, Podbean, Stitcher, YouTube, all those places. Leave us comments, ratings, reviews, all those things. Do it all. Give us feedback. Let us know how we can improve come season 2. We will be listening to your feedback and we'd love to have it. Also, check our website. I cannot stress that enough, especially since the season is now over. We are going to be doing a lot of cool stuff on our website. We're going to be doing some blogs. We're going to be giving you guys new music still because we love sharing new music with you. We're going to be doing all kinds of cool stuff. So stick with us. Check out our website. And we'll also be announcing our season 2 release date too. So you'll know when the new season starts. And yeah.
All right, you podcast goblin, it's your last chance to make up before the season ends. Don't end this on a bad note, man. Are we good? Are we friends? Come on, man.
That would be a no.
Okay, we good.
Ah!
My man.
I miss you. I don't do silent treatment no more.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Just in time for the season 2. What a heartwarming season finale.
Yep.
Everything all neatly wrapped up in a bow.
Uh-huh. Sure.
I like very 80s sitcom.
Oh, good times. Good times.